Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something really fascinating. What if, the most powerful way to boost your health isn't something you buy? Not a pill, not some gadget. What if it's actually where you live?
It's a really interesting idea.
Yeah, the sources we look at for this deep dive, they challenge, well, pretty much the whole modern idea of wellness.
Yeah.
They suggest our environment isn't just sort of there. It's the foundation of our health.
Hmm.
So our mission today is to unpack that, to explore the surprising ways that things like sunlight, clean air,
Yeah.
genuinely good food, and even the design of buildings can fundamentally change how well we are.
It's a crucial shift in thinking, isn't it? Because we've gotten so used to health being something we add, something we purchase.
Totally.
You see it everywhere, right?
So true.
The supplements, the biohacking stuff, apps tracking absolutely everything. It's this constant pressure to optimize by just layering more and more on top.
Absolutely. It feels like you're always chasing the next thing, the next fix. But these sources we explore, they point in a totally different direction.
Yeah, they ask, what if the really powerful health stuff is already part of our daily surroundings?
Yeah.
Embedded, you know?
Exactly. It gets you thinking beyond just buying something, like what's the quality of the light in your home, the air you're breathing right now? Is the food available actually nourishing? And how do the spaces around you make you feel? Do they calm you down or stress you out?
Mm.
It's a big shift in focus.
And that's precisely where this idea of green healthcare comes up in the material.
Right.
And it's important to understand this isn't some new clinic chain or a passing fad. The sources define it as a whole landscape for living well.
The landscape for living well, I like that.
Yeah, it's about intentionally designing our environments right from the start to help regenerate both people and the planet. Basically building places that are inherently good for you.
And the examples they give are so concrete, so vivid. Like, picture eating food that's completely free of those inflammatory seed oils and maybe sitting under a big mango tree. Just real food, close to nature.
Mm.
Or doing yoga, not just anywhere, but inside a building that's designed to actually breathe real natural airflow, not just stale recirculated air.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
And they even talk about using native plants specifically, not just because they look nice, but because they actively clean the air, they support pollinators,
Yeah.
which is crucial. And they can even have a calming effect on your mind. It paints this picture of health feeling really integrated, almost effortless, not something you constantly have to strive for.
And what's really striking is how this flips the script on what a neighborhood could even be. It's not just about roads and houses anymore.
Wow.
It's about creating spaces that actively restore you. The sources get really specific, mentioning things like systematically ripping out concrete and replacing it with green corridors,
Wow, okay.
or making this solid commitment to get rid of harmful stuff like PFAS, those forever chemicals,
Yeah,
and the unhealthy seed oils from all the cafes and food spots in the community.
all of them. That's a big step.
It is. And it goes beyond the physical, too. There's this strong focus on building community. Things like slow food markets, shared art spaces, creating deliberate chances for people to genuinely connect.
So it's the whole package.
Exactly. This isn't some exclusive luxury health product being marketed to you. It's just health woven into the fabric of your daily life, seamlessly embedded.
Which brings us nicely to something I think a lot of us just don't consider enough. Architecture and design. How much our buildings actually impact our well-being.
Oh, absolutely.
We tend to see them as, just structures, background noise. But these sources argue really powerfully that they're active players in our health, constantly influencing us, sometimes for the better, sometimes not so much.
And that's where this concept of design as preventative care really comes into its own. It's about being deliberate.
How so?
Well, think about it. When a space uses clean, non-toxic materials, your body isn't fighting off harmful chemicals from paints or furniture all day.
Right, the off-gassing.
Exactly. And the natural light, the sources cited a study suggesting that the right amount of natural light can actually lower cortisol, our stress hormone, by, I think it was up to 15%.
15%.
Yeah.
Just from light.
Yeah. Compare that to harsh fluorescent lights that can mess with your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm. That affects sleep, mood, everything.
Makes sense.
And airflow. When it mimics natural breezes instead of being trapped in a sealed box with recycled air, your lungs are happier. Your body, it instinctively knows the difference. Your mind relaxes, your nervous system gets a chance to reset. It's like the building itself is helping you feel better.
It's like your body just breathes easier, literally. And then there's another layer the sources bring in which feels so important: social connection.
Yes. crucial.
When they argue that, okay, clean air and good design are vital, but they really come alive when people connect within those spaces.
Mm.
There's data suggesting strong community ties are as good for longevity as, say, quitting smoking.
It's that powerful.
So designing spaces with shared areas, walking paths where you bump into neighbors, community gardens.
Mm.
These things help people move beyond just coping or surviving
Mm.
towards actually thriving.
Mm-hmm.
That sense of belonging, mutual support.
Mm-hmm.
It really drives home that wellness isn't something you do alone in a corner. It's lived together,
Right.
in a place that actually supports that connection.
And this whole philosophy, it's not just talk, it's actually being put into practice. The sources point to a specific place as a kind of prototype for a whole new way of thinking about cities.
A prototype. So
Right.
like a real-world test case.
Exactly, a living example showing how you can design well-being right into the urban fabric from the get-go, not just tack it on later.
So what does this prototype look like? What does it do?
Well, it's described as more than just buildings. It's a living ecosystem, a vibrant hub for creativity, a totally clean food system,
Clean meaning.
meaning no seed oils, no PFAS, focus on local and regenerative agriculture. And it's also a platform for culture, for movement, for healing practices. It's designed not just to avoid harm, but to actively create positive health outcomes.
Actively create.
The key word they use is regenerative. It's not just sustainable, which kind of means maintaining the status quo. Regenerative means it actually improves things over time.
How does that work in practice?
Well, one example they give is how it composts all its organic waste right there on site. That feeds the local soil, creates these closed-loop systems for nutrients. That's truly regenerating the environment it sits within.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive. It's not just transactional.
Precisely. This prototype really embodies this powerful idea that health isn't some endpoint you reach. It's more like a practice, a rhythm you get into, a space you keep returning to for renewal, for growth, for yourself and for the planet. It's a huge shift from thinking about health as something you just buy or consume.
So maybe the next time you're thinking about your health, you'll pause before reaching for your phone or a supplement bottle.
Instead, take a moment and really look around you. What's actually in the air you're breathing? What's on your plate, truly? What's the architecture like? Where you spend your time? Who are you spending time with?
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, how does the space you're in right now make you feel?
Because maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
the most powerful medicine isn't something you take at all.
Yeah.
It might just be where you live. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How could you start weaving a few more of these green healthcare ideas into your own life, creating a little more healing, a little more regeneration right where you are? It's a powerful thought to take away, I think. And maybe, just maybe, it's part of a blueprint for a healthier future for everyone.